भगवान, बस एक आईपीओ अलॉट करवा दो, सब लड़कियों को बहन की नज़रों से देखूंगा।
भगवान, ऐसे ही हर रोज 21 मोदक चढ़ाऊंगी, पर प्लीज एक बार आईपीओ अलॉट करवा दो।
भगवान, एक आईपीओ दिला दे बस भगवान, रोज 500 रुपये चढ़ाऊंगा, प्लीज प्लीज।
You might have come across such advertisements on various social media platforms. Please note, all of these are fraudsters promising unbelievable returns through stock tips. I don't provide any calls or advisory services. I provide only educational content through my social media handles and through my website rachnaranade.com and rachnaranade.in. Hey folks, CA Rachna Ranade here, and I welcome you all to a very interesting IPO strategies video. Now, in this video, I'm going to talk about three strategies. The first strategy is about how can you increase your chances of getting an IPO allotment. But second and third strategy are for all those dukhi atmas who never get an IPO allotment. What can be done post listing is what we are going to discuss in this video. So this is going to be a really special video. The second strategy, post listing wala strategy, is called as the CARR strategy of investing. It's based on fundamental analysis basically. And the second one is like a price action analysis based strategy, which is a part of technical analysis. But just in case if you are wondering why don't we get IPOs these days, I'll give you a simple example of Bajaj Housing Finance Limited. The overall IPO size was 6,500 crore rupees. That itself is a big amount, but the bids were received for 4 lakh crore rupees. That's almost equal to 1.2% of India's GDP. Now, if so much of oversubscription is what a stock gets, then obviously the chances of getting an allotment are pretty much bleak. But अब थोड़ा आपको जलाती हूँ. Yes, I have gotten the allotment for this stock. Well, that doesn't happen every single time. Of course, this is one allotment that I got almost after 10 to 12 unsuccessful IPO allotments. I think this strategy that I'm going to talk in like next 30 seconds, everyone knows about it. What you could ideally do is apply for that IPO through multiple demat accounts, but of different family members. So in my case, I have a demat account, my husband has it, my father-in-law, mother-in-law, two HFs. So we apply through 6 different accounts so that our chances of getting an IPO allotment increase. So if you also want to have one or more accounts for your different family members, the link of account opening is there in the description box below. So now let's move on with the second strategy called as the CARR strategy. So basically, I'm going to tell you what I do post listing. Okay, there are many stocks which I don't get the allotment for. So what I do simple is that assume that I'm okay investing 15,000 rupees. So one allotment typically is 14,500 to 15,000 rupees. Okay, so anyways, I was okay investing 15,000 in that stock. So what I do is that whenever the stock lists, at the listing, I invest half of the amount or sometimes one third of the amount. So it could be either 5,000 rupees invested or 7,500 rupees invested on day one of listing. Telling you, okay. Now there could be two possibilities post day one of listing. What could happen? Possibility number one, it starts falling and falling and falling. Okay, because many a times it happens that whenever we buy, the stock goes down and we are like, asa kasa kai, right? So if the stock starts going down, in that case, what we could do is we could have some percentage predefined, let's say 10%. So if the stock corrects by another 10%, we can put the balance chunk of 7,500, or if we have invested one third, the second one third slot can go in at 10% correction, and then the third slot can go in further at a 5 or a 10% correction from that level. Okay, now this is something which is against technical analysis, because in technical analysis we say never catch a falling knife, but whenever we are doing fundamental analysis, I know for a fact that the company has strong fundamentals, but maybe because of the selling pressure on day 1 or day 2, the stock is correcting a little bit. Okay, then in that case I will be happy to invest in this stock at lower levels and I could average in that stocks. Okay, so I hope everyone is clear. This is purely based on fundamental analysis, right? So what is important here, you have checked the financials of the company, you have checked the sector, the sectoral analysis of that you have done the sectoral analysis of the sector to which the company belongs. You have checked what are the litigations, basically the risks related to that. You have checked what are the future plans of the company. Pure fundamental analysis needs to be done, and then you can use this strategy for investing on day one itself. Now, what could happen is that post listing, it could happen that you invested 7,500, but after that, the stock shoots up. Now, many people in FOMO start buying at very much higher levels. So, I would just suggest that whenever you are buying it higher and higher and higher levels, just see that the PE has not shot up like maddening. Okay, because whenever markets correct, generally those stocks fall first where the PE is very high. Number one. And number two, whenever the stock is rising, we have to understand why is it rising. Is it only demand supply, or are there some news backed triggers as well? So just as an example, let's say some brokerage house initiates a buy, or let's say the company bags a new order, or let's say the quarterly results come up for that company which are really good. So if that be so, in such cases you may even consider upward averaging, which is called as pyramiding. Okay, so I hope you have understood the CARR strategy, what you could do post listing, especially in case of stocks which you feel are fundamentally strong and for which you did not get the allotment. Now, before we move on to the price action analysis part, let us try and understand what was the IPO performance report card for all the stocks which have listed in 2024. And for that, have a look at this. Now, in totality, somewhere around 54 IPOs hit the market. And out of that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stocks are in loss. Balance, almost 47 companies are in profit. And to what extent, if I were to just scroll down and down, for example, the highest is Jyoti CNC. This got listed on 16th January 2024 and it is up 253%. Premier Energies just got listed in this very month, is up 151%. Exicom listed in March, up 150%. Platinum listed in March, up 129%. Bharti Hexacom in April and up 126%, and the list goes on, right? Even Unicommerce Solutions, just last month it got listed and it's up more than 100%. So all in all, as I mentioned, what you need to understand, what I intend to tell you all is that just because you did not get the IPO allotment, don't remove it from your watch list. There could be a way that you invest in these IPOs which you feel are fundamentally strong. You can consider investing in these IPOs post listing. Now let's understand about the third strategy, which is based on price action strategy. Just in case if you have not watched out this video, it is a must watch video. You'll get a lot of knowledge about price action. That's a part 1 video. If you loved that video, do let me know so that I would be happy to make a part 2. In fact, you can consider this also as part 2 of price action, because we're going to talk about something called as IPO base and IPO base breakouts in today's part of the video, which can be considered as a price action analysis part 2. But how can we use this strategy for investing in stocks which have just listed on the stock exchange? So typically what can be seen, or what has been observed in a lot of IPOs, is what I'll tell you. There could be two sets, right? Obviously, possibility number one, it gets listed and it just keeps on shooting up and up and up, or maybe it goes up, forms a base, goes sideways, again goes up, again forms a base, again goes up, something like that. But this strategy that I'm going to tell you today is about an IPO base formation category. Now, what does this mean? It means that the listing happens, after post day one is what I'll tell you. Listing done, okay. Post that, the stock starts to slip, okay. It starts going down, and then post a significant fall, okay. Post that, you can see some sort of reversal and it starts going at the ATH level, at the day one level, day one high level, okay. And from that, after forming that U, what happens is that it actually breaks out. So in such case, whatever that U has been formed, we call that as an IPO base formation. Okay, first let's understand the theory. So from the day one high, listing day high, it goes down and then it challenges that again. That's called as a IPO base formation. Now what could happen here? Possibility number one, again that is seen as a resistance and stock again starts to slip. Possibility one. Possibility number two, we see a breakout. Breakout followed by a confirmation candle and the stock starts going up is possibility number two. Possibility number three, breakout, goes up, retest and then bounce. Okay. In all cases, what could be done is what we are going to understand. In case of IPO base breakouts, typically one of the price action strategy says is that entry could be possibility number one at breakout confirmation. Possibility number two could be partially at breakout confirmation and partially at retest. That's entry. Number two is what could be the target. Target is typically same like rounding bottom formation. Whatever is the base of the round, the U, that base, that height needs to be added after the breakout, neckline breakout level. Okay, that will be the target. What could be a stop loss? Whatever is the breakout candle, 2% below the candle low could be a stop loss. Okay, and ultimately everyone knows this, but risk reward strategy, you have to maintain at least risk. If you're taking off one, then your reward should be of 2. That is what you have to keep in mind. Now, if you have understood this, I'm sure you would want to learn this same thing or maybe revise this with the help of few examples. That's what we're going to do right now. So for that, have a look at this. Now, if you see here, I've taken few examples, random examples which have been listed in 2024 itself. Okay, so this is again an example of a small IPO base formation. Was there a breakout? Yes. Retest 1, retest 2, and from here that has started its upward journey. This is JG Chemicals. Second one again, which got listed in 2024, February 2024. Here you can see it tried to go here, but if you remember, that's what I told you, right? Possibility is that it breaks out, but possibility number 2, it again sees the resistance and again starts its downward journey. Then what happened is that it tried again breaking, saw some resistance, and that's where it broke out. And from there, it has not seen an absolute retest here. It has at least gone up. 2 candles back to back red is what I can see. So it will be interesting to watch whether it continues its journey or comes back to retest this level. Okay. Third thing that you can see as an example in EPAC durables, again same old story. You can see here IPO base formation, breakout, kind of a retest and bounce. Look at the levels here, look at the volumes here as well. Very interesting volumes when the stock was consolidating. No big volumes here. So again, a good example. So whenever you're talking about price action, you have to also focus on volumes. Very important, right? Now, if I were to take an example of Tata Technologies, the problem here is that there has not yet been a IPO base formation. So if you see here, the stock is still in here, maybe early signs of, that U being formed, but still there's a long way for it to go to its IPO base formation level. So always keep such stocks in your homework list. Okay, keep a watch on that, add them to your watch list. One more example can be of Indegene, and here if you see here, comparatively recent listing, May month listing, same logic, same old thought process. What happened here? Kind of a U formed and breakout. Post that, it may come to retest here or what. Again, will be interesting to see, but looks like currently may retest, and let's see what happens post that. One last example. I think I've given you enough examples, but ekdam latest, because I'm sure many of you might be interested to know about this. Premier Energies Limited. This is a very short IPO base formation because the number of candles itself is less than 10. So what we'll do in this case here, I'll take a 15 minutes candle so that you'll be able to see the the IPO base formation clearly. All right, now here you can see nice base formation, breakout, and post that it has gone sideways but has not pretty much retested the level. Okay, so I hope with multiple examples that I gave right now, you have understood how can you use price action for your IPO strategy post listing. Well, I hope you have understood all 3 strategies: 1, pre-listing; 2, post-listing. And if you did like this video, consider smashing the like button. And if you have already tried any of these strategies, please let me know in the comment section whether you have done this IPO base formation thing or have you tried investing in a stock post-listing day 1 itself. Would love to read your comments. I'll see you in the next one. Till then, take care. Jai Hind and bye-bye.